Aquarius, welcome to my channel. I'm Raven, southeast coast of Norway, and I decided that I'm going to treat you a little bit special today because I'll tell you a little bit secret. It's not going to be much of a secret soon, but I had enough of reading about people's love life. I'm not talking about the free spreads now because that's different. We are in direct, we encounter people directly, so that's different. But sitting here and reading about hypothetical incidences, you know, I had enough. Let's space completely out. Unfortunately, there are no cards that I can rely to in regards to star seeds. Let's put it like that. If you want to know what kind of star sheet, you can actually check up with your nakshatra. Okay, check out nakshatra, and there is the highest point in your nakshatra. In my case, it's got a specific strange name. I did a translation and it turns out I'm from Aquarius. Yeah, I wanted to say that with a really spaced out voice. I'm from Aquarius. Well, so that's at least one of the places I apparently come from. That makes sense. So there are so many cool things to look for in regards to how we can do some research on who we are and space out, because who we are here on Earth is just one out of billion identities, and it feels like we are really here for a long time. But have you noticed lately that the time is really super fast? So 8th house in your regular astrological chart is your obsession. This is where you pool. This is where all the energy you pour it out there. You're obsessed with that specific energy that this star sign represent. So with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, North Node conjunct Uranus, which is Aquarius, the space, it's basically a space vehicle. With Aquarius here, 8th house, please mama, I'm not even sure how long I can go on with you know. I have so many awesome, wonderful spaced out reads, specifically with Mr. Santiago El Fantasma Cruz, you know, based on a real life person. I'm digging in a real life person's past, but I'm not going to tell on him, right? It was a fun one, but who knows this guy, right? So I thought, now I've been doing Lenormand, and sometimes a regular Celtic read. Now, I think Aquarius could handle something as steampunk, animal cards, the dreams of the shaman, more shaman dreamy cards, and a deck here called the Sacred Web, which have a lot of more animals attached to it. And if we have time, maybe we can use my favorite deck, the most beautiful deck I ever have seen anyway. Here you are, Aquarius, opening up. It's called Tarot de las Brujas. So let's just stop jabbering, but so you know, your reading and the patients, because patients, they are interesting people as you are. Your reads are going to be very unique, very different as a salutations for thank God you guys exist. I wouldn't be able to be on this planet without Aquarian people. The people who color their hair purple, the people who engineers that, Nikola Tesla, I don't even know if he was Aquarius, but he was for sure ruled by the Uranian planet, big time. Mine is Mercury, so I love knowledge and I would love to know more than what I really do. So another thing is that, what the heck is this device known as the Vaira? A device that the ancient used. All we now have is a copper replica, and what people don't know is that it belonged to Lord Indra, I believe, and it would open up and it would throw out lightning. So it's highly likely that Lord Indra also was Thor, with, the lightning god, right? But they have done everything they can to confuse us. So I mean, Enlil, the way what I know about him, he's not nice. He's Yahweh of the Bible, and he killed 30 million people, and he demanded virgin sacrifice. That's not nice, right? So in that confusion, apparently Enki, he was Loki and Shiv. It's confusing, I know. So let's just throw in the cards, get started, and you need to know that you who look at this right now, you are not who you think you are. You're not John, Jenny, Jan, Joe, Doe. You're not Oscar, Camilla, Frida. No. You are here to tie the knots of the past, because you came here. You are the daughters of some ancient beings, also known as gods. And here we are again. We have evolved into this beautiful, magnificent being with a very powerful soul. And we've been fiddled with a little bit, but we can unfiddle that by understanding that we are multidimensional beings, and we can as in what they say, deconstructivism, deconstruct the technology, right? And to find out, what is this? Now let's put it back together and see if it works, right? And that goes for you too also, because in so many senses you are a biological robot. What I mean with robot? Well, in that sense that we are so brainwashed, we are not even capable of neither levitating or pick up other people's thoughts. Now and then we do, but we're not aware of it. There are so many things that are natural for us to do. We are supposed to live much longer. We are supposed to be able to do the most, manifest certain things out of thin air. And those gifts was at some point taken from us, and we fell and we fell and we fell and we fell. And here we are as the ground crew, with different tasks. We have different backgrounds. Some people, you can call them young soul. What is a young soul? Well, they might be inexperienced in this specific timeline because of a story. But in the end of the day, we all are the same age. Now, let's just use, I assume that if you're Aquarius, you know what cymatics is. Was it too beautiful? the next round. So this is our handmade singing bowl supposed to sound like. The sound is supposed to hang a little bit extra around you after the ding and the dong. All right, so waste no more time. Let's get started and find out what is important for Aquarius to know right now. So we are going to start right down here on Earth with the deck also known as the Steampunks. I don't use them a lot, but we're going to space out, okay? So what is it, Great Spirit, that Aquarius need to know right now? So it is, we are directing towards what's coming forward in February. However, we are synchronicity based. Of course, we are opening up with the worst of them all, the snake, which is considered by Lenormand as the devil, pure evil, no soul, no heart, no compassion. He's standing on your ascendant, and who is he? What does he want? He's been showing up a lot lately. Either as a Naga, Alpha Draconian, Chiakar, Ouroboros, even Quetzalcoatl. That symbol is also belonging to the Alpha Draconis. And the question is, because I can't believe that, well, we will see what the heck's up with the snake. Maybe it did progress over time. Maybe it did. But what I don't do is that this is your vibe, right? I don't do that during these specific reads, okay? Because there could be someone who are reacting to your ego. And your ego could be very versatile, or it could be very volatile even, and someone here could see you as the snake, but you don't have to be. Or you could be dealing with someone who wants to sabotage whatever you're up to. So there is a house here on the sun position, which clearly have a strong meaning for some of you here, which is also Cancerian energy. So the house, what is it? Are you buying a property? Are you moving? Is this something you're going to inherit? You know, is it an heirloom? It's pretty spaced out, but blame that on the cards. Let's see, what else do we find here? The moon. So the moon represents healing. Okay, there is a transformational process here represented by number 5, which is ship. Sometimes it could also represent, you know, like depression and tears, and you're going to heal from that. Emotionally, there could have been some kind of turbulence here. Why? Well, that's why we are going to continue with the most funkiest of cards that I have here. Basically, less tarot cards and more, well, tarot, but not so tarot. So you could have on your mind a journey. Usually, is that a journey? I am not so sure, because that's why I don't use this this Lenormand deck that often, because they can be not super. By the way, the snake is connected very often to Queen of Wands, in this case anyway. Queen of Wands. So it could be a feminine here, which are playing games. So no, this is not the mountain. So what is it then? Is it that's why I'm a little confused, but we'll find it. I would say, is it the fog? No, it's something else. Is it a path? Is it a bridge? That's why these cards, that's why I prefer using the cards I'm actually holding in my hand here. But after using them, and using them, you want to use something else. Okay, so 21 here. Really all the things I should memorize. Let's see. Of course, you can't just find that on your first. Let's see. Tick tock, tick tock. That's a deck. That's why I like this deck a little bit more, because it's got 4 extras. But we are going to make it simple now. We just want to look for 21. And yeah, I threw away the books because what the heck, you know. This is the part where my patience is being tested. Like, why do you draw this picture of a lot of, you know, it could be the mountain, it could be the water, it could be practically everything. It's the nature. It's the foggy mountain. And usually the most responsible card designers, they would make it very obvious. This is what it's about. This is the dog. I'm loyal to you, right? But this you know, so it's not the fog. I'm like tempted to put out Lucy in here because it also seems like there is one deck missing here, which makes this like, you know, my patience is running out. So let's just pretend that it is the mountain. What the hell? It is the mountain. What the hell? And it's a journey, and that's also another thing which a little bit irritates me with this deck, because all the Norman decks, they have one card attached to them from a regular playing decks, which tells you a little bit more what this could be about. And some of you are thinking about taking a journey, but there are so many things standing in between you and that journey, right? So no Norman deck had really a river or anything like that, which made this a little bit, but now we know. Okay, I have not memorized the numbers of the Norman deck. Talking about pure evil versus loyalty. So someone you love, someone either you are in love with or they are in love with you, they are absolutely, if you have any questions, they are absolutely loyal to you. They will follow you to hell if that's the place you're going to. Or maybe I was going to suggest a spaceship. This is as far as we get until I get to draw my own deck. Oh, we are not so far away from that. Yes, I actually have drawn halfway my own deck, but I'm going to have one modern one where you can, you know, with motorbikes, all kinds of vehicles, computers, you know, so we can rely to what's going on today. But we're also going, for those, I can tell you, we are going to have one with spaceships, other planets, reptilian beings. There already are, but maybe the main person is a beautiful reptilian queen, you know. But for sure, there is someone leaving here or traveling. Usually it's symbolized with a boat. I think it's great that they are using, you know, we also have the flying Hollander in one of the decks. We have the swallow here, but a mechanical, you gotta look, you gotta see this, a mechanical, everything's mechanical, it's creepy. It's creepy. So yeah, there is a little bit chit chat coming in for you, darling. This is going to be a little bit babble what is Aquarius up to now? Aquarius is such a weird person. I don't like him / her. I mean, have you seen how rebellious they are? Famous Aquarius, Tom Hiddleston, I believe. Loki, the trickster, right? So yeah, there is smudged trouble all over the place here, but there could be a snake which basically creates the entire situation into a mountain that you have to face. So what to do about that? Let's find out. I think I'm like, where to go? There is this beautiful oracle deck here. We have 2. But like, what are they really telling us here? What are they really telling us here? Yeah, this is new to me too. I should have been more prepared. I was just after the Sagittarius read, I was like, oh, enough with thieves and betrayers and blah blah blah, you know. No, don't want to hear anymore. There is something I would love to look just a little bit closer into, and am I going to use the Lenormand deck because they can be pretty precise about it? Should we give a shit and just move along? And if not, we have a minor deck here, which really doesn't fit in, but let's just try, because there's a lot of fun attached to those. So show me the snake. Show me the snake. Okay, prison. So that's funny if they live in Norway. They either are in prison, they've been in prison, or they're going to end in prison, my beautiful Aquarius. So the Aquarian in me is laughing now, because I do have a few snakes in my life who take so much joy when other people have a sucky life, you know. Yeah. When that's said, you are soon going to get key to a house here. There is this egg, there is this dragon, and you slayed that dragon, darling. And because you slayed that dragon, which could be that very snake we see here, you know, the Draco, the reptilian, you know, you get the house. So I'm thinking, wow, could this be in some kind of far out future here? We have a sacred number of 33 here. That's very interesting. Show me the moon. Show me the moon. Show me the moon. Show me the moon. So the moon is all about healing. Here we have a park. We have a beautiful swan swimming around alone, where we have 2 foo hounds protecting that garden. And in that garden, there are a lot of activities. What I get here is like myself. I'm in Chiang Mai, and I never move my ass out. I know it sounds strange that I must be the most laziest motherfucker on earth. Actually, already today, I worked 4 or 5 hours. Yes. Peeling Rudraksha seeds, not fun. 2 hours just to get 15 Rudraksha seeds, and already blasted away a couple of tarot reads, right? So someone invited me a few times, come with me to this park. And I'm like, what the fluff? Why would I bother walking around in a park for, you know? But if you have been very isolated lately, maybe that's exactly what we should do. I have a feeling I might be reborn as a Gemini, Aquarius, something. And there is a swan here. waiting for you, looking. And when you find the swan, they are for life. Okay, so if you are on the, oh, is there any love coming in here? Well, maybe if you go to that park, or maybe if you go out with that person who are inviting you to that park. The mountain here is going to be no issue. There is a transit here, and the transit is pretty short. If you plan on going somewhere, and by the way, there is a tiny little baby here, highly melanine, by the way. So if you, that's pretty specific, to be honest. If you are very active right now, especially in April, or the month of March, April, you could accidentally produce small ones, you know, offspring. Okay, especially if you have a high dosage of melanin in your body. That thing looks like my dolly. As I was a child, I had a tiny plastic doll, beautiful, and it was from Central Africa or something. And where did she go? Where did she go? Special kind of dolly. Kissy was her name. So you should, you know, if you get an offspring, brown, blue, black, or white, Kissy is what I'm going to call her. So yeah, you're going to totally be fine in regards to that mountain. You're going to have a transit, but there could be a baby here. So there is someone here. Just watch out. No, that's not a scorpion. It's a very large beetle with someone here wants to protect you. Okay, someone here are being very protective. Someone older. Okay. Whew. So we have not reached space yet. Or at the moment I said it, what do you know? We are on the moon. So we have the shepherd here and all the lambs. And the shepherd, interestingly enough, is dressed in red, which is the colors of the Hierophant, you know, the guru of the tarot card. We have Cancerian energy here, but this energy is healing. So wherever you are going, maybe to that beautiful garden here, it's going to heal you. If you're really lucky, you will be maybe picked up by the Galactic Federation of World, and I might take you for a tour. I'm going to challenge the Galactic Federation of World and tell them, do you dare pick me up? I'm going to do the double psychology on them. So in regards to that transit, you as a main person, you're showing up as a feminine though, so take it with a pinch of salt if you are male, all right? Some of you could have a thing for parrots, like myself. I absolutely worship parrots. We also have flamingos here. I just wrote a book, children's book about flamingos, fairies. So, and beautiful pink roses. Never noticed that. But if you're a woman and you don't want any offspring, you know, you could take, there's a pill stuff you can do for that. But some of you could also have issues in regards to that transition. But it says here it will take place, but there is stuff that needs to be done first in regards to preparation. The coffin showing up here, it's a highly interesting kind of coffin though. It's not just any coffin, it's the coffin of Tutankhamun, Amun-Ra, Ramses, whatever, right? It's a cool coffin, symbolizing again transformation. But you know, a pharaoh coffin, that's cool. That's cool. That's gold. Actually saying cool. Gold, it's gold. It's the sun symbol right above him, the winged disc. So maybe some of you could, maybe you're planning a tiny trip to little beautiful Egypt. Okay, let's continue and see what is going on here. Someone's going to jail. Someone here is going to get a house. Someone here is going to get healing simply from traveling. And that, you know, tough journey ahead of you, yes. Not to mention someone exceptionally loyal to you. It's someone who are willing to take a bullet for you. That could also be you. So note that the energies can go vice versa. We do have the moon here again, which is the healing. So again, it shows to me that take a journey before it's late, because it's getting more and more tough to go anywhere. Okay, mostly in regards to airplane rules, they really have way too much power these days. So if you want to vote for a luxury train that goes really fast, you have my signature. Now let's continue and see what else we have here. So, prison, huh? Maybe someone's coming out. And you need to know, sometimes it's just a symbol. Like, I have lived in Spain now for 3 months, paying $400 for a small room, basically living. It felt like I lived in a very fancy prison cell, but paying for a prison cell. There is nothing there. No people, no vehicle to drive in, nothing that happens, no animals allowed, no plants, nothing. And that can drive you nuts. So this is the alchemist here. 2 birds talking. And yet again, creating some kind of balancing energy here, which this is chaotic, because wow, what does that have to do with the prison sentence? Well, maybe some are coming out and they are finally understanding the value, because usually temperance is symbolized with Archangel Michael, and he's supposed to be the nice guy. So maybe someone learned their lesson while being in prison. Now, we have a funky animal here, looks like from Nepal. So this is work, loss of work. It's the, you know, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, just gonna be sure, don't have glasses on, no. But this is, I'm not gonna work on this house. What is going on here? What is going on here? This prison, and well, you need to know, I'm channeling a lot of people. If you're a part of the channel, there's a lot of people. Now and then, of course, the algorithms have gone straight to the bottom as I've been traveling a lot, but sometimes there is a lot of people into the mix, and sometimes the story doesn't necessarily add up, because there are more than one story in one here. Again, there is this small complication in regards to a journey here. It's like something holds you back. Someone came out from jail as a changed person. We even have a house for you. We have the key, you know, a place to live. But no one wants to, you know, there's no work here for you. We can offer you a trip, you know, that will heal you. And yet, I see you strong, someone here being strong. I'm not saying you've been in jail, but you could have lived as if, right? And you could have been also accused of being the snake, which I know very well. I see, you know, there is these issues of, hey, can we move on from this now? You have this, there will be an offer here with Page of Wands. And that is, should we go together? I have a lot of passion for this, and which could lead to something more, okay? There could be someone here who likes you a lot, you know, could be attraction here. Problem here, that someone knows about someone's background, which is criminal, right? There is this energy of exposure here. And yet, despite the exposure, some are really still to take a bullet for this person. I don't know if you've been in jail before, but someone still. But there is this vibe here. Someone could be Cancerian. We have Aries here. We also have some Libra, Gemini energy here. Like, you know, I'm just gonna walk away from this. But there is someone here who likes to play games. You know, fire energy, woman, could strongly be a feminine who likes to play with other people's feelings. She's not nice. She seems to be exposed of who she truly is. I'm saying she doesn't have to be, but queen is queen, okay? The main person is also a lady, so but she's showing up as, which could be you, like grounded and cool, but very strict. Maybe even a good portion of Capricorn energy. What we do have here, that's pretty weird. That's very weird actually, because we are using two completely different decks. But if this is on, this is very similar, but this could be the pelican though, and that's the bird that looks like the pelican. They're lying on top of each other, and they're so similar. So you are going to, you know, you're coming up as discipline, like, you know, I'm going to transit anyway, right? For some reason I didn't, it's the Magician. It's the Magician. Aquarian, Gemini, and G. Okay, it's the Magician. So that it's a kind of magic. You're getting your magic back. There is two people here at least. And again, one of them have this background from prison, okay? Maybe a psychiatric institution. But there are two people here, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. They crave attention. And so I get this vibe that they could, you know, the dark side of humanity is really revealing itself here. And and you could be, we all are in the middle of something. I am lucky to be pretty far away. And every time the shit hits the fan, I'm like, oh yeah, looks like next journey is on. Yeah. So let's see if we can somehow measure this up to what the heckery that is going on here. Wow, this is a very interesting read, but I want to see space aliens, but there are, however, some advices that we're going to have a look at. They are not in this deck, but we are just going to finish the shuffle, so they are ready for whatever's coming next. Okay, so this is an oracle deck, and they can maybe give some lights or advices in regards to what could be done. Okay. So yeah, this person that have a criminal past, they compare themselves a lot to you, all right? I like to describe what I see in the picture. In this case, just in case, it's a feminine with a lot of flowers in the hair, a lot of flowers. She's highly melanine. She looks as she could be of, African descent. That means she could literally live anywhere in the world. But it doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a white guy, I'm just saying what I'm seeing in the picture, okay? But just in case, because sometimes the messages can sometimes be extremely precise. Comparing yourself to others will create jealousy, right? And in regards to this house and no work, there's something here about water. We have a woman here who needs a tan with blue hair. I get very strong Aquarian energy, and so that could, I don't know if the water is going to fix the problem in regards to your work. If that is the case, maybe you know something that I do not, right? I think it is pretty interesting though that she's got blue hair, but she's sitting by the water, completely stripped of all her linen, everything, and she seems very peaceful, as she's, she doesn't have work, but she still have currency in her hands, and she sees how fast this currency is just streaming out of her hand. So I'm not sure I would be worried about work. This is a woman who, again, we have another naked white woman with pink hair. I can't really show much of her, but did I not tell you that there is a bear here? The bear archetype. Who is he? Very often an older person, like a papa or a boss, or maybe you have an older lover, who knows. This person is so protective of you. And the connection between the two of some of you is as much as, oh, she had no problem sleeping underneath this animal or this. There is a strong connection between you and someone here. And they also, or you have the Varahi here, or the Varaha, which is the wild boar. They might want to, maybe they want the best for you. They are maybe trying, they are, please come out with me. Go to the garden. Let's have a walk. I know that there when I'm home. Raven, get out. Get some fresh air. You know, just 10 minutes. You know? Here we have some Vogue crazy shit going on here. I don't know what Pujanta means. But this is rebellious energy, okay? I'm not even, doesn't, you know, this could be anyone, anything. Someone here says that I'm going to cross that mountain with all my passion. I'm not just going to, first you're maybe just trying out a little bit, trying out some small formalities, but then you're like, someone here is like, okay, nothing's gonna stop me now. And we have all these horsepower behind her that says, okay, fuck this, I'm going to cross that mountain. I'm going to go exactly to that person, to that place that can give me, you know, the dream of my life, the work I want to do, the planet I want to visit. And then there's this energy here of someone who's been exposed with a criminal past. And this person is the same person that this older, there is someone here, the dog and the bear, loyalty, they love you anyway. If whatever you did in the past, or whoever did this in the past, they love you anyway. And so if someone are coming here and pointing fingers at you because you've been exposed for something you did 10 years ago or 1 year ago, sit back towards a tree, hold your hands towards your heart, and know, be grateful. You're literally glowing with stars here. That says that, you know, no matter what people tell you that you cannot do or cannot be because you have this horrible past, bullshit. There are people here that loves you so much. Maybe this bear also is one of your spirit animals. We're going to have a look at some of your spirit animals that are relevant for you in this time right now, before we look into the last deck here. So someone here, this could be a couple that they are jealous. They are jealous. They want attention. I'm not sure they are together. They could be siblings, but they are jealous. And everything from Cancer to Aries to Leo is what I get here. We even have some air energy here, so could be anyone. But the traits there are, someone could be a little bit introvert, but secretly they want all the attention. But there is a transmission going on here. There is a transmission here, and I don't know what that has to do with these two people who, it's like they're snooping around. One here is definitely snooping. Look at that cheesy Illuminati reptile eye here. That's actually the Alpha Draconi starseed or empire, actually, according to, there are sources that are highly likely bluff, and there are sources where they actually have done a lot of digging in order to get it as correct as possible. So the Alpha Draconis, they are the ones that uses that specific symbol. And there are two other symbols, which is, one is the winged serpent that belongs to another race. I believe that's the Chiakar. And then there is a smaller race, which is so vicious that, you know, even the Draconis are packing up. Small. They are known to work with a lot of black magic, and their symbol is the Ouroboros. and that's the snake that bites its own tail, also known to be the Midgard worm. So this transmission, I really have no clue what that is about, but you see a lot of people, maybe you get there to a place where people hold hands, dances, having fun because they are together. Again, naked woman. I'm sure this person loves naked people. She's sitting, she has I know it sounds strange, but an armadillo between her legs. It's not really that kind of between her legs, but the armadillo has this superpower that, yes, it can't resist a car exactly. It's a roadkill, basically, you know. This one is very much alive, but it has this strong shell-like skin. And you have your limits, and yet you are protected somehow. I'll cover the nipple that almost are being showed here, but you have your limits, and the magician here is trying to make something happen. And in the end of the day, you have Sagrado here, someone here, sacred, someone here dancing in a green dress, in this beautiful celebration here. Your card read is for sure, I can guarantee you, pretty different from absolutely any. Take it as a compliment. If you want to send me you know, UFO something to read with, I'm happy. So let's go through your spirit animals for today. And oh yeah, you got your time, and let's see. Okay, so I'm not going to put too much energy into the animals. I'm not that huge of an expert on all kinds of animals, but know that the armadillo it's about endurance, just like the Varaha here seems pretty tired. Like some of you need a little bit rest, but you do take in a lot of endurance, Aquarius. And that armadillo, not only does it have shell, it has this ability to turn itself into a ball. And well, you know, it's placed on top of, you know, the trickster, the magicians who can like, okay, I'm no longer here, right? So let's see what's going on here. With, what kind of... These are basically the spirit animals that we are going to relate to now. The one you feel most attracted to. Make a meditation. If it's a wolf, it will also take you to some kind of teaching center here. So the earthworm is basically what we put on a hook to get fish. The earthworm is something, the earth, you know, the animal life would die without the earthworm. We know that. So it breaks down the soil. So we want earthworm in our life to get great soil, basically. I sometimes I find them in the road completely misplaced because of the rain. I'm one of those nasty people. I pick them up and I put them back in the ditch. And yes, I have alcohol spray to spray my hand with afterwards. Although I think whatever dirt they have, it's good dirt. You also have fire ants. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Fire ants. So I have no clue, but fire ants, they work as a hive mind, sorry. They work together. This is what I see here is the Tower of Babel. Remember, you are a pioneer, right? You are the ones that encourages people to come together and work together as one being, one entity, to defeat the real enemy in your life, which is not your sister or brother, which is not your stepmom or brother-in-law or this bullshit, right? The Tower of Babel just made the gods fear us, because they see that, oh my god, these humans are getting way too smart. Let's divide them. Let's reduce their lifespan. Let's play with the Jacob's ladder, which it's the DNA, and just modify them so they can be easier to manipulate. And what do you know? The cobra. So if you dig the cobra, check out some of my short videos about Alaric, the snake charmer. Okay. So the cobra is special. It's a special animal. And all these cards that came out here are also very special, so we might leave it just at that, along with the one in the back here, because I see that, okay, these guys are cool. That's also actually one of my spirit animals, along with this one. And this guy here. Okay, we are going to stop here, unless you protest. There is a camel here, so if you're going to Egypt, yeah, I can confirm it, that yeah, it's going to be fine. The camel here says yeah, I'm waiting for you. The unicorn here symbolizes your uniqueness, okay? The hummingbird here, which is actually my own heart spirit animal according to ancient Indian spirituality. The hummingbird, you know what it is, you know its fragility, you know how small they are, and yet whatever they do, it shouldn't be possible. They are doing literally the impossible. You know about the cobra, you know about how dangerous a cobra can be. The naga, you know what's on top of Buddha's head, you know what's on top, you know what shields Vishnu, you know what is hanging around Shiva's neck. Sometimes it symbolizes the ego, our cravings, our lower self. Yeah? And yet it's a nug. You know, the cobra is something I've seen only once, a snake charmer, real deal, 3 years ago, flicking it so it would stand like this, confused, and then he would shove it back in a bag. I wasn't a huge fan of that. It's an ancient tradition. He's supposed to be loved, because they don't, what's interesting with cobras, they warn you before they attack you. You know, I'm not going to attack you unless I am pretty sure, or you frighten me, right? So I'm not going to attack you. So it will raise up and, you know, open up and say, hey, you shouldn't get closer. This is my warning to you, right? And so if you refuse to listen to that warning, you can thank yourself. And the rattlesnake does the same thing. They don't viciously attack you like that. And this is not an enlightenment card, so I can say that. A guru recently said, everything is naga. Everything is naga. I know what he means. If you don't, please explain me why you don't. What exactly do you mean? maybe just do a few searches and you will understand why everything is Naga. Okay? I also found out something else about it. What on earth was that? Anyway, the rattlesnake would do the same thing. It will, you know, shake its little rattle before you get closer. Handsome family, true detective. If you want to hear the song about the guy who couldn't resist touch her skin. The bat usually symbolizes the shaman's death. And what is the shaman's death? Well, in some traditions, it's being buried alive. They give you something to breathe with. So it's about keeping calm and not freak out. And you have to stay there with earthworm, spiders and maggots and shit, quiet for, I don't know, up to maybe 2 days, maybe a week, I don't know. And when you have been through the shaman's death, you are hereby certified as a professional shaman. I'm not sure how many who could go through that, but I'm sure Houdini would. The spider. I have a couple of spiders outside, and they remind me so much about the jumping spider. However, they are so small. One is just a baby, and I'm going and I'm like, just want to touch it just a little bit. Is this? Well, the spider is so many things. It's the wheel of fortune, you know. It's also the wheel of destiny. It's grandmother spider, the ones, you know, all the threads that connects us. It's also the quantum singularity, because she also symbolizes very often our greatest fear. I've noticed one thing, that people who fear spiders, they don't fear snakes, and the other way around. It's a very common thing. And then there is this girl, I love to watch her. She's called Bug Lady, and she had this jumping spider called Rose, and I followed her. She had arachnophobia. She started to study spiders, and jumping spiders, they have saved many arachnophobes' lives, in that sense that they have this very cute face with big eyes, which almost are like a mammalian animal, right? So they twitch their head, they look at you, and then they lift their arms. Hey, will you pick me up? And then when they want to sleep, they put their legs together, and now I relax. And some of them are born with these weird eyebrows. I also fell in love with the peacock spider. And then you have those Goliath tarantulas that would give me a cardio arrest, and I would fall dead if it come crawling on this table, right? And then there was a long legs thing here last night above my bed, where I would just swoosh. Sorry, but no. So spiders, they are probably one of the most interesting creatures that they are, because they are so intelligent and they always watch you. She said, this girl, Bug Lady, that they all think she's her mom, especially one of them. She made these cute little houses for them, and they all, when she's working with something, they're all lying there staring at her like this. And someone like me with extreme arachnophobia from before, I would love to do the test. the jumping spider can be, it's not big for me, it's big. Not too big. So I don't know about you. What is your relationship with spider? Have you ever woken up and like my mom, there is a spider on the chest, and it looks in her eyes, and she saw the mouth, and she said, after that I scream like a baby when I see a spider. And she would transfer this phobia to me, so I know that I'm not born with this fear. It's been taught, and that's a good thing, I suppose. You also do have the crow, you have the starfish, you have the lion, you have the tiger. I picked that out specifically for you. That's also, if you are born in, if you check your Toltec star sign symbol, the vulture and the owl are considered as the same energy. Although vultures, they are more pacifistic, like crows, in that sense that they'll wait till you're dead. I won't kill you. I'm just going to sit here and wait till you die so I can eat you. While the owl actively will hunt you down. They are still considered at one animal. Do you have any vultures in your life who are just, they don't really do harm you, but they don't really do anything to help you either, right? Those are the people we call vultures. The starfish, it could be like the not just Aquarian symbol below, but it has the ability to regenerate itself. So does the spider when it's molting. It has only one leg, it misses one leg, but during the next molt, the leg is back again. So there is a lot of energy here that has to do with molting in regards to the bat, which is a very strong shamanistic symbol. You need to understand that most of them are fruit eaters. So if you want to support some of these beautiful bat babies, there are a channel called Bats and Buddies. I sometimes send them like $5. So it's Australian, so they can get some fruit for these beautiful babies. That's why they call them flying fox. Firefly, first time I saw a firefly in New Zealand at 2011, I thought I'd saw an alien. I was like, what? Do these fairies, are they real? And then I saw them again in South India, and they were like everywhere. And I saw hummingbirds, and I thought, how lucky you guys are who can live in a world where these animals, big ravens, snakes, tigers, even the lion, I suppose Africa, but the tiger are very real where I lived last year. They are very real, and I started to attract this energy for some reason. And so we attract certain energies. Some of these energies is something you attract more than the other. I feel strong connection to most of these animals. If you have a Leo placement, I recently managed to, these are hand-drawn picture. That's what I love with this artist. It's Russian, they are beautiful. And you can actually buy them from me. I have 2 more decks for sale. But I recommend you to buy a package. It will be followed up by I'm not sitting here to sell stuff. It's just if you want to get a package personally from me, I can special design it with a special sigil. I'm also looking for just place a print shop or something if you want to have a personalized sigil and your own personalized tarot card / oracle card. I also am picking Rudrakshas. This one is not peeled yet. If you don't know what Rudraksha is, look it up. It's Tears of Shiva, and I have some oils that follow you if you want to have a startup kit where you feel like now it's time to work with the force. So I'm going to put up, there are very limited. I only have 10 decks of tarot, and I only think I have 2 or 3 decks of this animal deck, and this one belongs to me. It's going to be sent from Thailand, and I'm going to check if I might as well just include the, you know, the packing and all that stuff in one single yeah, like include the packing and posting in the price to make it easy. So I'm a little bit on the countryside now, so I can't really send much, I think. But I'm going to put it up, and it's going to be separate from, yeah. Maybe you'll find it on Etsy, or maybe you can just contact me personally and say you want this combination. And I'm also, when I'm done with the Pisceans, I'm going to do some personal training videos where you can learn both about spirit animals eventually, but also about how to read tarot. In some places offer you to read, you know, learn tarot in 15 minutes. No, you cannot learn tarot in 15 minutes unless you are a robot, okay? So the videos I will put up for you are for free for those who donate, or for those who, you know, it doesn't have to be a big amount of donations I'm asking for. It's just that I love what I do, and there is a tiny little seed of Capricorn in this Padawan too. So share the fun, and if you live close to Thailand, what do you know? The package might arrive really fast. I just sent a package to Norway now, and I believe it will take weeks before it comes. So it depends a little bit what we pay. Anyway, now you know you can get hold of them. If not, if you only want the deck alone, Amazon, not judging you. I'll do Amazon one day too. Hope you dig the read. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to flip that below. And love you so much, Aquarius. Catch you on the flip side.